guys, welcome to the replay. Thanks for joining. If you're catching me live, make sure that you type in the chat bar. Let me know that you're here and where you're watching from and how things are going in your week. I'm having a great week myself. I hope all of you are as well. And I thought that I would take a few minutes to jump on here and see if we can't work on our vintage Christmas, our vintage camper scene for winter and Christmas, and see what we can get done this evening. Hopefully our internet is going to cooperate with us today. Let's see. So far it hasn't shown up yet, but we'll give it a few more minutes and let everybody get a chance to get a notification and see if any of our friends are going to be able to join us live today. There we go. Now it's coming up. Fantastic. Okay, now we get to adjust the camera a little bit so we can see the bottom of the scene. And I thought that I would start out today jumping right in and doing a second layer on our snowman so that our little snowman can be fully covered. And this is already fuzzed up from when we used it the last time, so I think we're okay there. We're going to come in here and match up the little markings on the snowman. Pretty easy. Oh, I'm a little bit off. At least we can see that well. Okay, get that down so there's no air bubbles. Grab a little squeegee. Actually, this is a big squeegee. This is our angled squeegee. I'm just making sure that the air bubbles are out of that big open space. That's what I care about at this point. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab some white chalk paste. Hi, Shelly. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good week. Giving my chalk paste a quick stir. We want it to be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. Mine is on a little bit on the thin side still. I just keep stirring it and not adding water to it each time that I use it. It gets better and better each time. Sometimes that just happens. Most of the time what happens is the chalk paste, because it is so dry, it dries out so quick. It's so thirsty for water. It just sucks up all the water that you give it and dries out quickly, so we have to add more. But this one is a little on the wet side. So let's see if that helped us be a little less transparent. Yes, perfect. Now we can't see the hill that's behind it quite so much. And I'm just going to set my transfer down in a little water, and I'll clean that off here in a minute. Now, the next thing I thought we would do is also with the white, I want to address our tree that's over here just kind of hanging out in air. And I thought what we would do is take our snowy hill that we used over here, and we also used it to make the bottom of our snow area. And I thought we'd come in and we'd just give it a little bit of a hill, that maybe this tree is on a hill. So I'm going to bring it up to the bottom of the branches, just barely below the branches. And I'm just interested in this little area here that is, that's going to help us kind of even things out. I'm not going to do this part because that's going to put our trailer bumper into the snow hill as well, and we don't want that. So I'm going to take a little bit of white paste and go right there, and with my squeegee, I'm just going to smooth it around and create a little snow hill for us. And I'm going right to the edge here of that line in the design. I love the versatility of the Chalk Couture products, that we can take something meant for one thing and do something completely different with it, like this little snow hill. I saw an air bubble, so I wanted to check and make sure that we were not having a blank spot there, and we weren't, so we're good. I'm going to take a little bit of chalk paste and come down here in the white section and just make our little snow hill a little bit darker right here, since we are going over it and those areas are connecting. And then I'm going to do one more time on this part, just so that it's a little heavier, a little thicker, if you will, so that it just kind of blends better. That's all I'm looking for. Nice little blend. And let's see how that turned out. Oh, marvelous. Okay, it picked up a tiny bit of the chalk paste right here. And so I'm just going to take my chalk paste that's on my squeegee and just kind of smooth that out just a bit. And then we're going to dry it. And after it's dried, then we're going to, we'll be able to come in with a paintbrush and add in like we did before and kind of smooth out anywhere that needs to be smoothed out. So that will be super, super easy. Let me set the stencil aside. I'm going to wipe off my little squeegee and grab my heat gun. And first we're going to heat our snowman. Just dry him the rest of the way. He's almost completely dry as it is. We'll just dry him the rest of the way. And then we'll come over here and we'll do our little snowy hill, our little bump. I love how the snowman turned out. That is fabulous. Okay, now with the little paintbrush, my tiny little paintbrush, I'm going to take a little bit of white chalk paste and I'm just going to come in here where the two areas go together and I'm going to give it a couple little brush strokes right there. And I'm going to come in right here and do the same thing. Just spread it out a little. I don't want to go over the entire area because I want to leave those little holes, flecks in the snow that add dimension there. I don't want to take away from that at all. Just thickening up that little border. And voila, that's all there is to that. So I'm done with the white. I'm going to go ahead and heat this just so that I don't accidentally touch it. Just give it a quick dry. Awesome. There we go. Okay, now we're going to move on to... Let me grab my transfer backers out of the way. We're going to move on to our windows of our camper, and we're going to do those in Couture Teal. And I have already written on the back of my camper curtains that I'm going to use. Actually, we're going to go ahead and do the curtains first. Get both of those out of the way. And I picked up a microfiber towel from Dollar Tree of all places. And this says it's a super soft microfiber towel. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this. It was in the car care section and I saw it. It's a little bit on the bigger side of the size that I have been using. So let me just open that up. And let's see. We'll open it all the way up. It's going to be very hit or miss. I don't know whether this is going to be too fuzzy for us or if it's going to be just right. So I thought, yep, it's giving me fuzz for sure. Let me just move that out of the way. Wipe that off. I'm going to use it to fuzz the curtains as a test and we're just going to see. This is the left-hand side curtains. I've already marked it. So I'm going to give it a quick fuzz. Pull it off. Nope, not too fuzzy at all. I think that's going to work great. So we're going to come in here and put our curtains in our window. Oh my goodness. Well, I know they fit. I just got to get them in the right spot. This is what takes the longest of everything, I do believe, is positioning the transfers. What a great problem to have. If that's what takes the longest, it's so great. That, and I'm probably clean up. Thanks, Shelly. I appreciate that so much. Here we go with the next set of curtains. These are my right-hand side curtains. I'm going to fuzz them 2 times. And then they have a little bit more distinct characteristics of where they fit in the window. So they should go pretty quick. Yep, there we go. All right, curtains on. It's time for our Couture teal color. I'm going to grab a mini squeegee and just get some paste on that mini squeegee, and here we go. Cover that up. Pull off the excess. There's a lot of excess. This one doesn't take much at all to do. It's such a small transfer. But I have seen the curtains done on other campers, and it just adds just the perfect touch. I really like it. So let's pull that up and see our curtains. Fantastic. Into my little tub of water. It's barely got any water in it. I'm putting the transfers in chalk side down, and I'm not submerging them in the water. I'm just laying them on the top of the water so that it keeps it wet. I don't like to leave my transfers soaking in water for any amount of time. The vinyl does suck up some of the water, and it does shorten the life of your transfers if you leave them soaking too long. So I just do it as a means of keeping them a little bit damp, and when I know I'm going to be able to get to them fairly quickly. Okay, let's pull this off. Oh, fantastic. I love it, I love it, I love it. That is great. Okay, now we're going to do a wreath on this door. So let me fuzz up a wreath. Cute little wreath. Perfect for the front door. So let me get it fuzzed up and make sure it's not going to, oh, I think it might touch. I think it's going to touch our curtains, and so in that case I'm going to go ahead and dry the curtains first before I put it down, just to be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. That is so cute. All right, now we need to let that come back up to temperature because I did do area right around where I'm going to be putting my vinyl transfer. And so I want that to be back up to room temperature before I place it on there. Otherwise, the heat can do damage to your actual transfer. So let's see. While that's working, I'm going to grab my scissors and see if I can't cut out some snowman parts. Oh my goodness, what are we going to put on our snowman today? I think that our little snowman needs a scarf. So let me cut out the scarf. This Build a Snowman transfer has the best stuff that came with it. I just am loving it. I think that our snowman needs a scarf and earmuffs. Why not? I don't know, they have a pretty cute hat on here too, but I'm liking the earmuffs. Well, just when we think that the phones are off, it lets me No, it's not. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that didn't interrupt our live. Looks like we're still good. So I'm going to write on the back of the scarf transfer, and I'm just going to label it scarf. And it's going to go. I'm going to pull off the backer, fuzz it right up. 2 times looks like it's going to be good. And I'm going to put it right here on our snowman. Fantastic. Okay, that feels like it's good to go. So let me grab my green, my wreath that we're going to do green, and we're going to place it right on the door. There we go. Tiny little squeegee. This is just a small squeegee that I have cut into 4 sections, and I'm going to grab some green chalk paste that I've already stirred and go right over the top of this, pulling the excess off as I go. Again, I was heavier handed than I needed to be with the chalk paste because this is such a small transfer. A little bit goes a long way, so there's a lot to pull off. And let's see. As long as I can't see through it, I cannot see through it, so I think that is good to go. Let me set this one aside. And now let's do our snowman scarf. What do we think a good color for the snowman scarf should be? Should we make his scarf, let's see, I'm looking through and it looks like I need to move it up just a little bit. Should I make his scarf maybe red? Do we like red or do we like the teal? Let me know in the comments which one you think would look better. The Couture teal that I've got on the camper or the red. Now I am going to be doing the bow on the wreath is also going to be red, so there'll be some red in the picture as well. We have to decide what kind of nose and mouth our little snowman's going to have. Cutting those out while we're letting the green dry just a bit. We've got a carrot and we have just a smiley face. And then we have coal. I don't think I want to do the smiley face. I'm going to pull that one out of the mix. And let's see. Where are my earmuffs? Whatever color we do the scarf, we're going to do the earmuffs the same color. Okay, red it is. We'll get the scarf going. Let's see. Give my red just a quick stir. Place that on there. Another tiny squeegee out of my little supply bucket I have to the side. Move that red around. Now red is notoriously dry. I hear this from lots of designers. You do have to add water to it quite often and it dries up on you really, really quickly. So if you're noticing that, it's just the property of the pigment that is used to make the red. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how it is. Okay, and let's see our scarf. Oh, how cute is that? I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, now let's do some earmuffs. Just writing on the back of that so that I know which side is the back. Okay, come on, guy. I'm going to take the backer away from the transfer, put it on my towel to fuzz it up, and I'm going to let that sit there. I'm going to go ahead and heat our wreath so that it dries the rest of the way, just to make sure. I really think it's already dry, but I want to be sure before I add the bow. And since that's what I'm going to do next, I want to make sure that I've got it good and dry and ready to go. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can adjust this real quick. Okay. All right, that should help. Okay. That's still going to dry, so let me grab these earmuffs off one more time on the fuzz. And here we go on the earmuffs. Okay, so I just want to put, they're going to be kind of big. I think I want them to stick up off of the snowman's head. Hope that makes sense. Because they're going to cover part of his face. So we'll get that put down and grab a little bit more red. And here we go. No turning back now. Put the excess right back in the jar. And let's see how that looks. Oh, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. I like it. I love all of the detail that they put in the designs. It's really, really lovely. Okay, this is back to room temperature. So let's grab the bow. Remove the backer sheet from the transfer. Fuzz it up. I'm going to do 4 times on the bow. And this little bow, I think, is going to go at the top of my wreath. Hopefully that's straight. And I'm going to grab some red, and here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the red a little heavier on the bow than I normally would do it because it's going over the top of green. I really don't want that dark green to show through. So I'm just going to leave it a little thicker than I normally would. But I can pull all of this excess off on the sides. Okay. Oh yes, very cute. Very, very cute. And let's dry that as well. Okay, now I need to pull out some more colors. I didn't have all of my colors out to do my snowman's face. I wasn't thinking about his face. We didn't do that. So let's grab some orange. I know that carrot is awfully big for a nose. I think I'm going to change gears and not do the carrot nose. Let's see what else we have to choose from. We have a button nose. I like the button nose a lot. So let me grab that. And let's fuzz it up. I'm going to flip this over and write on the back of it button so I don't forget which side is the back. Set it off to the side. Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just don't know, guys. Maybe I don't want to give him a nose. Okay, I'm going to have to come back to that. See, I really like to smile. And I really like the little closed eyes. They have these little closed eyes. I really like those too. And that kind of feels like it needs a carrot nose, but that carrot is so big compared to what else we have going on our snowman. I don't know. Tell me what you think. What kind of nose do you think would look good? Not using the coal. Let's see if I can find my black. There's my black. Give it a stir with my multi-purpose tool. The black just stays the perfect consistency. I'm always amazed at the black. It's kind of like the red is always dry, the black is almost always perfect. So I'm going to do a little cleanup real quick while I'm waiting to hear what you guys think for our snowman face. Put some lids on some jars just so they don't dry out a little more. We are done with the red. You painted a nose on? What a great idea. I think I will do that. Okay, we'll just put a little dot for a nose like it's a coal. So, actually, I'm thinking we could do that for the eyes too, huh? I like the coal mouth, the little dots for the mouth, so I'm going to fuzz that up. And now to see how to place it, oh my goodness. Okay, here goes nothing. A little bit of black. Okay, don't take up. Oh, good job. That worked great. I was so worried it was going to pull up some of the underlying layer, but it did not. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like I've got a little white speck here that got pulled up, but it's not on the coal. It must have come up with the scarf. But that is super easy for us to fix. So I'm going to take my little paintbrush that I have, and I'm going to use the wrong end of the paintbrush, and I'm going to dip that in my black, and I'm just going to pop down an eyeball, and I'm going to dip it again, and I'm going to pop down another eyeball, And then I'm going to dip it again. And I'm going to come down here. I'm going to pop down a nose. That's it for that. This eyeball looks a little bit small, so I'm going to do it. There we go. 2 eyeballs, a nose, and its cute little mouth. I love the mouth. I'm going to make this one just a little bit bigger with the end of the brush. And that is that. Super easy. And somehow I got green on me, so I'm going to wipe the green off my hands before I end up getting it somewhere on the transfer. That would not be good on the design. Okay, so what do we have left? Let me have a look. All right, that's it for a snowman. I'm pulling those to the side. And let's see what we have for our home sweet home. I have a little candle that can go in the window and a star that can go on the tree. And I think those two are what I'm going to do next. Just cutting them away from the rest of the transfer. And I'm going to go ahead and write on the back of these. Let's see. Star and candle. I don't know about the candle. I really like the windows the way they look now. What do you guys think? Really loving how they look right this minute. And I want a star for the top of the tree, but I'm not sure what color that should be. I could do it in white. Let's see. I could do it in our teal color to match our camper. Oh, what a great idea, Shell. I love that. She said she had difficulty with lining up the mouth and the nose and everything, so she just painted it all on, which is a great, great tip. I didn't think about that for a second, but I love the painted look. Very happy with that. I guess I should give our snowman some arms, but let me see. Let me see what colors I've got to do that. I don't know that I'm going to give him arms. I don't know that I'm going to put the branches on there because I don't want to use black on top of the black, and I don't have a brown that is currently open. You like it the way it is. Okay, I like it the way that is too. All right, so I just have to decide on a color for that star, and that is going to be it for today's video. This one was going to be a short little installment. I may have to post them. I might have to do like a combination and merge 2 videos together when I put it up on YouTube. But for today, for the live, I'm going to keep it nice and short. Ooh, I have, let me see. I have a tiniest bit of shimmer rose gold left. I don't know, it would be the only thing on here in that color. I don't think that's a good idea. Let's see. What other color do I have that is open and ready to go? Well, I could always make it silver. So I think I'll go grab the silver and we'll just use ink on it. My silver ink seems to be my go-to for sure. So creamy, so luscious. I love the ink products. I tell you, it's kind of hard for me not to just be going crazy doing ink on everything all the time because I just love how it works. So I have some on the lid. I'm just going to pick that up and go right over the top of my star and then into the jar with the excess. And there we go, silver. Yes, I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me set that right there. I'm actually going to do a little painting with the silver. Since I got the silver out, I'm going to go ahead and put some silver on this bumper. And it is not going to be precise as far as what the bumper looked like before, and I'm okay with that. I'm just going to fill the whole thing in with silver. And I will clean up any areas that needed to be cleaned up after it dries. And I'm going to come over here on this side and I'm going to make the hitch right here silver as well. I'm not worried about those little smudges because they're going to clean up perfectly with a Q-tip. I'm just going right over the top of that chalk paste that is already dry on here, and it's making it nice and metallic. Easy peasy. I'm going to grab a Q-tip, a little squirt of water on my work surface, touch the Q-tip to it, and I'm going to come in here and voila, that is all cleaned up right there. That is all cleaned up right there. Let's see, we have a little tiny spot. Uh-oh. Well, I spread my silver, so let me move that out of the way. That is all cleaned up. Let's see, one more tiny little spot. Here we go. And one more tiny little spot right here. I think I'm going to call that one done for today. There we go. Thanks, Shell. It's coming along really nicely. I'm not sure what I want to do to the top. If I wanted to say home for the holidays or hello snow or Merry Christmas, because I am waiting on another transfer to come in. It's not going to be here for at least another week, so I've got to wait for it to come back in stock, and then I have to wait for it to be delivered. But I really was thinking I wanted this to be a Merry Christmas scene, so it may wait just a little while for me to finish it up, and that's okay. For now, I like it. I don't think I'm going to do the Christmas lights or any of those extra things that I've seen on some of the other campers. I'm liking the camper just the way it is, so I'm going to leave it as is, and we'll just see what we're going to do in this area. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure that you message me in the group and let me know what you think about doing the top part or what you did that you liked on your own design. I would love to hear that. So that's all I've got for this evening. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up and say, remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy crafting.